Passive income is a great way to help you generate extra cash flow while you're trying to run a side hustle or just want a little extra cash each and every month, especially nowadays as we deal with a high cost of living because of inflation. Passive income can help you earn even more during the good times and hold you over if you suddenly find yourself unemployed, or if you decide to voluntarily take some time away from work, or if inflation just keeps chipping away at your purchasing power. All that said, having extra cash by your side is never a bad thing. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. With passive income, you can have money coming in even as you pursue your primary job, or if you are able to generate a solid stream of passive income, then it's up to you. You can even kick back a little. Either way, generating passive income gives you options. It gives you that extra layer of security. Just imagine making $10 a day, $100 a day, or $1,000 a day. The sky is the absolute limit when it comes to generating passive income. Now, when it comes to active income, that is no longer the case. No matter how hard you work at your job, no matter how many hours you put in, you'll likely get paid the same or maybe a small 2% a year from now. But with passive income, the earning potential is unlimited. Making money while you sleep, it has a nice ring to it. One of the key goals of financial independence is to be able to generate wealth that doesn't require you to sell your time upfront or require you to sell your time at all. After all, one of the key goals of financial independence is to be able to generate wealth that does not eat up your time. So you can take your time and do whatever you want to do with it. You can choose however you want to spend your time. I mean, given the option of how you want to spend your time, you want to spend it at your day job, given the choice. The truth is that building passive income isn't usually passive at first. It requires time, it requires money, it requires skill, or a combination of the three. And where do you start? Passive income is a long-term choice, but does require short-term trade-offs. If you're willing to spend the resources and the ideas and the steps that are outlined in this video, you could be making passive income effortlessly for the years to come. You just need to know where to start and what resources you need to put down so your passive income ideas can start to take flight. And that's why in this video, I'm going to break down the steps that you can take today so you can start generating passive income right after you watch this video. Now, before we get to all that, it's very important that we set the context first. What is passive income and what passive income isn't? First, what is passive income? Passive income is money earned with minimal activity through any venture that requires little daily effort or upkeep on the individual's part. Let's break that down a little bit further. First, the word passive. Passive meaning that you use up very little of your most precious resource that you have on this planet, and that is your time. Next is income, which is pretty much self-explanatory, but nonetheless for this context, it's the cash flow that you can generate that turns into income that you can do whatever you want with it. You can use it in your daily life, spend it however you want, or you can invest it. The choice is yours. And the really cool part is once you have a stable stream of passive income, you can spend it 1 month, you can invest it the next month. The cool part is it keeps coming every single day, every single week, every single month, depending on how you build it. You can spend it, do whatever you want. You have options, and that's what it's all about. But the most important aspect about passive income, call it the golden rule if you will, is to protect your time. Passive income is more about protecting your time than anything else. There are a million different ways to make money, but not all ways of making money are considered to be passive. So I want to talk about what passive income isn't. Passive income is not your job. Generally speaking, passive income isn't something where you have to be materially involved, such as earning wages from a job, because that requires you to constantly sell your time for your paycheck. And the crazy part is, even if you sell more of your time, you still end up with the same paycheck because if you are on a fixed salary. Passive income is not a second job, just like the first one we talked about. A job, any kind of job where you have to sell your time for a fixed amount of money, that is not passive income. So that means if you were to get a second job, that is still not passive income because it requires you to show up, carry out the task, and still get paid a fixed amount of money. Passive income is all about creating a stream of income that requires very little effort on your end and that you can still generate growing streams of income. At the end of the day, a job requires you to show up and do the task. But passive income, it works for you regardless of whatever you're doing. Lastly, passive income is not non-income generating assets. And what do I mean by that? Let's say if you were to invest in a stock that does not pay dividends or interest, it requires you to make money if the value of that stock goes up. Technically speaking, that's not really passive income because you don't know for sure if that stock will go up, will it go down. You're not creating a stream of income. Another example is investing in cryptocurrencies. That's technically also not passive income because it requires you to sell your crypto more than what you paid for it. Now it can go up, now it can go down. It requires you to be active to generate income by selling crypto for more than what you paid for it. Just a quick thank you for all those who have been supporting the channel. This content is here thanks to you. If you want to continue and support the channel, all the info you need is in the description below. Now that we've talked about what passive income is, what passive income isn't, creating the seeds on how you can start to build a portfolio of wealth without you putting up the time, let's actually talk about the passive income ideas themselves. Number one is start an online course. Everybody's good at something. You have a skill that can be monetized. And this is a very popular strategy, especially in the world of online platforms, of creating passive income. You can create a video course, you can create an audio course, and once you have this course set up and running, all you have to do is kick back and watch that cash roll in. And once you have these courses set up, they can be distributed by sites like Udemy, Skillshare, Coursera, and the list goes on. This is just a few examples. An online course is an excellent way to generate passive income, and you can make money easily every time this course sells. Only thing is, it requires an upfront investment of your time. Now, the obvious risk here is that it does take a good amount of effort to create the initial product. But once you get a system and rhythm going, then it makes it that much easier. But also keep in mind, in order to make good money from it, that course must generate value for your audience. Because otherwise, why would anyone buy this course? You have to build a strong platform. You have to market your product. And if you really want to be successful, plan for even more products. One course is not a business. A business is being able to take an excellent product and deliver even more excellent products. Passive income idea number two, write an ebook. This is very similar to the online course we just talked about. Writing an ebook is an excellent way to take advantage of the low cost of publishing. And the best part is you can leverage the worldwide distribution of Amazon to potentially sell your ebook to millions of would-be buyers. And an ebook does not have to be super long where it's hundreds or even 1,000 pages. It can be relatively short, maybe even 30 to 50 pages. And it can be relatively cheap to create since it relies on your own expertise. Everyone has something to teach, or you're very good at storytelling. Whatever the case may be, this is a great way to explore and monetize that skill set. Now, to write an ebook, you'll need to be an expert on a specific topic, but that specific topic could be a niche or a special skill or a special ability that you have that very few others have, but readers are interested in learning about. Or maybe you've gone through a very life-changing, a very dramatic experience and you want to share that story with others. Whatever the case may be, an ebook is a great way to either teach something, to tell a story, or to talk about your experiences. You can quickly design an ebook on various online platforms. Test drive the idea, test drive the price point. With online platforms, it's so much easier. Never been easier to write an ebook. While one ebook is nice, it helps even more. It helps tremendously more when you write even more ebooks when you add to your product line. The point is you want to build a business around that ebook or make the ebook part of your other business offerings. Whole thing is that you can take this business, these concepts, wherever you want to drive it. Your ebook has to be very strong in order to build up a strong following, and you have to have ways to market it. Both creating an online course or an ebook is a great way to generate passive income. It does require upfront effort, but once you create those digital assets, you can sell them on an unlimited basis as many times as you want over and over again. That selling doesn't require all that effort. The more and more people download, the more and more people take that course, the cash rolls in every click. Passive income idea number three, generate passive income through rental properties. Investing in rental properties is a great way to generate passive income, but it requires a lot more effort than people think to realize. The good news is that this is a time-tested strategy and it's been around for hundreds of years. But be careful though, you want to make sure you invest the time to learn how to make this a profitable venture. Otherwise, you risk losing your investment and then some. To earn passive income from properties, I want you to consider the following questions. How much return do you want to make on the investment? This can be your internal rate of return or your expected real rate of return. What are the property's total costs, total expenses? What are the financial risks of owning that property? For example, let's say your goal is to earn $10,000 a year in passive income through your rental property. Let's assume that your mortgage on this property is about $2,000 a month and other expenses and taxes add an additional $300 to the mix. Your total cost per month is around $2,300. That means to earn that $10,000 a year, you would have to charge in rent $3,133. So the difference is what you earn on a monthly basis, and that is your passive income. But rental properties come with their own risks. Here are some additional questions that I want you to consider if you are looking to invest in rental properties. Is there a market for your property? What happens if you get a bad tenant and they pay late or damage your property? And what if you're unable to rent out your property? All these factors will make a huge dent on your passive income if you don't have a proper plan in place. You want to make sure you invest the time to learn how to invest successfully into rental properties. You want to weigh all the pros and cons because this requires significant upstart capital from your side. You want to make sure you have contingency plans in place to protect yourself. Passive income idea number 4. Shareholders and companies with dividend yielding stocks receive cash payments at regular intervals. Companies pay cash dividends on a quarterly basis to all the shareholders. All you have to do is just own the stock. And dividends are paid on a per share basis. The more shares you own, the more dividends you get paid. It's as simple as that. And since the income that you receive from dividends isn't related to any activity other than your upfront capital, this is one of the easiest and quickest way to start generating passive income. It requires very little time, it requires very little activity on an ongoing basis. It just requires that upstart capital or ongoing capital if you want more and more dividends. And all that cash money in the form of dividends will be deposited into your cash account into your brokerage. It's as simple and easy as that. And that is why this is my personal favorite way of creating passive income. In fact, this is one of the first ways of how I created passive income for my own self. It takes maybe $10, $20, it depends on the stock, but you can get started right after you watch this video, understand the stock you want to invest in, wait for the stock market to open, and buy that first dividend paying stock and generate passive income. I mean it, no excuse. Now, obviously, the tricky part is choosing the right stock. For example, if you select a company that has a very high dividend yield, you might be on the risk that the company cuts their dividend, which has happened in the past. You don't want dividend cuts because then that cuts your passive income stream. Too many beginners simply jump in headfirst into the stock market without doing any due diligence, without investing in the company that they want to invest in. I have made this super easy for you. I have an entire series dedicated to analyzing the best dividend stocks available. All you have to do is simply check out the series so you can get started today. I'm going to be very open and transparent with you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This requires patience to watch your snowball grow over time. But that's why it requires very little effort. There's a low barrier to entry. So you got both sides of the equation. I have a dedicated spreadsheet to help you track that passive income. That way you only keep the best dividend paying stocks in your portfolio. Be sure to check out the first link in the description to download that copy of the spreadsheet so you can build this passive income. Now, alternatively, let's say you don't want to pick individual dividend paying stocks. What you can do instead, pick a dividend paying ETF, which is essentially a pre-packaged basket of dividend paying stocks, and that requires even less effort. So again, you have no excuses to get started with passive income today. Pick out that dividend stock, generate your passive income. Idea number 5, flip retail products. Take full advantage of platforms like eBay, like Amazon, and sell products that you find at cut rate prices elsewhere. Essentially, you're able to arbitrage the difference between your purchase price and your sales price. And if you do this right, you'll be able to build a following of individuals who are looking for your deals. Here's an example. There are plenty of people out there who import clothing from overseas, bring them here to sell at a higher price. That is a form of arbitrage. Essentially buying clothing in your home country in your local currency. And if the Canadian dollar or if the US dollar is stronger than your native currency, that is even better because now you get to benefit from currency appreciation. The opportunity is essentially being able to take advantage of a price or product that you can find versus what the average consumer can find. That difference or that spread is how you make the money. This works especially well if you have a contact that can get you a discount on that merchandise, especially if few others can access the same discount. For example, let's say you have a family contact that owns a clothing factory or knows someone who owns a clothing factory in your native country. They might be able to sell you a stream of product at a discount for you to import and sell over here. All it takes is being open to new business ideas, being open to new ventures, keeping your eye open for arbitrage pricing differences. The other option is, let's say you're able to find valuable merchandise that simply others have overlooked. For example, when PS5 first came out, there was very few supply of that PS5. If you're able to buy whatever supply was available, you might have been able to sell it for a higher price point just because others weren't able to find it at that same price point. That's another form of arbitrage. Buying low, selling high. While sales can happen online at any time, if you truly want to make the strategy passive, you'll need a reliable source, a reliable stream of product where you can arbitrage the pricing. Plus, you'll have to invest money in all of your products until the point they're able to sell, meaning you'll need a robust source of cash to build and maintain your inventory. You also need to know the market really well, so that way you're not buying product at a very high price that makes it harder to sell. Otherwise, you may end up with a product that no one really wants, Or other worst case scenario, you'll have to drastically cut your prices just to offload that inventory. Passive income is all about the mindset. It's what differentiates a true passive income strategy from a side hustle. You can definitely start a side hustle anytime you want, but the key is to turn it into a passive income stream. And what I mean by that? Let's take a look at some examples on what a side hustle is and how you can turn it into a passive income stream, which is the goal. For example, an active side hustle may be consulting on the side. While yes, you're generating extra cash, but you still have to sell your time to consult. Now, turn that into a passive income stream. You take your consulting idea, you take that skill set, you turn it into a course which sells on its own, and now you're generating passive income over and over again. Freelance computer programming. Again, you are selling your time for money. Take that freelance computer program, write an app that sells on the App Store, sells on Google Play. Every time someone downloads that app, you are now generating passive income. Turn that freelance writing into an ebook that sells on its own. Every time someone downloads a copy, you get paid money over and over again. The whole concept is that you take an idea, you turn it into an income producing asset. Even better if it's a digital income producing asset. That takes upfront time, yes, but every time it sells, there's no activity required from your side. That's the concept. That is how you take a side hustle and turn it into passive income. Thank you so much for watching. There are so many more passive income ideas I was just not able to cover in this time frame. If you want to see even more passive income ideas, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and thanks button. I know you to produce even more content and give you even more passive income ideas. Last but not least, make sure to check out all the links in the description below for some amazing discounts and sign-up bonuses. These are products and services I use on a daily basis, and I want you to try them out as well. You may find something pretty cool. But all the information you need is in the description below. That's it for now. I'll talk to you in the comment section.